Suprabhatam friends, welcome to my channel Plants and Me. This is Dr. Sri Devi from Mangaluru, Karnataka, India. I had ordered a few plants from an online website, out of which one has reached home. This is called as the Pandoria Jasminoidis. This belongs to the dog bane family, that is the oleander family. It has come with this sphagnum moss. They had kept the sphagnum moss on the top to retain the moisture during the transit. Then the soil in which it has come, this is a very clayey type of soil. I had watered it 2 days back. The plant seems to be okay, but this is a very small pot and these grow into big shrubs, big bushes. So I need to repot it, and anyway the pot is broken also. And look at the shape of the pot in transit. The shape of the pot is also gone. This is a red soil. So many times I got plants in black soil. I have kept that black soil separately. I don't use black soil. So we will start with the repotting of Pandoria jasminoidis. As I said, the Pandoria plants are large shrubs. So I have taken this 14-inch pot and I am just poking the drainage holes. I have opened around 4 drainage holes. The dog bane family members, they like a well draining soil. The water should not get logged at all. So that is why I have opened 4 or 5 of them. These drainage holes are little big. There is a possibility of the potting mix coming out of these holes. But because these plants, dog bane family plant, they like well draining soil and they don't like waterlogging, I have opened around 5 drainage holes. So this is 2 parts of potting mix and 1 part of sea sand. I'll mix all these 3. There are pebbles in it. I am retaining this. I won't be removing those because these pebbles, they give a nice aeration to the roots and they will prevent water clogging also. To this I am going to add vermicompost in equal quantity. Something in the garden soil mix. Thread. Nowadays threads are made with a little bit of polyester also. There are no cotton threads as such. That is why the threads, they do not decompose. Cotton threads will not decompose. This is a very sandy type of potting mix. I have kept sandy type of potting mix because dog bane family members, they like a well draining soil, and the potting mix should mimic desert conditions. In deserts we find sand more, so this potting mix should have lots of sand in it. This is now nicely mixed. I am going to add vermicompost. I have taken equal quantity of vermicompost. What I will do is, I will add this potting mix into this pot and then mix. So this is about 2/3 of the potting mix in the pot. Above this, I am going to place this plant. The plant has been given these stackings. Stackings have not worked much, but this is coming out very easily. It's not root bound as such, but the soil is really very dry and it's very clayey. It's very clayey. I'll keep this plant in this and I'll water it. I have soaked the mud, but it is too clayey. It's forming a ball, so it's too clayey. And for dog bane family members, clayey soil is not good. Look at this insect. Oh, it was rooted in this net pot and then it was kept in soil. It's very hard, though it is soaked. This soil is really very hard. This is the insect which is seen usually in the soils. Oh God, this is stony hard. I don't know how the roots will spread in this soil. I have soaked it and still it is stony hard. I could get this stony, hard, clay type of soil out, and the plant in this netted small pot. Roots are also okay. I will now pot this in the bigger new pot. I discarded this mud. It's too hard. The roots will not develop. I have taken this new potting mix, 2 parts of the garden mix. It has got sand in it, but I am adding more sand. I took extra quantity because this is just 2/3 full. It has to become full still. I am adding this potting mix to the pot. I am now placing the plant in the center. Inside this again there is lots of clayey soil. I wish I could remove that. Now, after placing this, I want to cover the roots with the sand. In and around the roots, I am putting this sand. This sand will not allow the water to stay here around the roots, and so there won't be any waterlogging. I'll now fill the remaining pot with the potting mix. I have finished filling the pot with the potting mix. I will add about 10 grams of Epsom salt around the plant. This will make the potting mix acidic, and not only that, it will allow the plant to overcome the transplant shock. And I have removed the soil from around the roots also. So there is a possibility of this plant going into shock. Sunlight requirement. The plant requires full sun. Minimum 6 to 8 hours of sunlight is mandatory for the plant to bloom. I am going to keep it on my terrace where it will get sunlight the whole day. Throughout the day it will get sunlight. Next is the water requirement. It does not require much watering. Watering once in 3 to 4 days is more than enough. These dogbane family members are known for survival in minimum water. Whatever water is available, they can survive very well in that water. So watering can be done once in 3 to 4 days. When I removed the plant from the pot, it was very dry and it was hard because the soil was clay type of soil, and in that soil also the plant did not wilt. I had watered it 3 days back, I think. So after that also the plant did not wilt. So that shows that it can survive in minimum water. Nutrition. These are heavy feeders and they require lots and lots of vermicompost. I have already added lot of vermicompost. Once that gets used up, I am going to replenish the vermicompost. That is the general nutrition. Now I have added only Epsom salt to allow the plant to overcome the transplant shock. I have not disturbed the main roots. I have just removed the plant from one pot and put it in another pot. The roots were not exposed for a long time, so it will not go into shock. It will recoup very fast. I will keep the plant right now in shade. I think 1 or 2 days I will keep in shade. That's more than enough. After that, I am going to shift it to the terrace. So Epsom salt will help the plant to recoup the transplant shock. When the plant grows a bit, it is actually a liane type, L-I-A-N-E, liane. That means it needs something to climb up. Once it gets a support, it will lean on that and then give flowers. So once it grows to some extent, I will start giving it bone meal and also castor seed cake. It's a heavy bloomer, so for those blooms it requires lots of nutrition. I'm going to supply it with bone meal, castor seed cake along with vermicompost. But for now, only Epsom salt is enough. That was the repotting of Pandoria jasminoidis. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye.